A few days ago, some interesting photographs flooded social media, showing what appears to be a huge object above Arizona in the United States. As of right now, these posts have hundreds of thousands of interactions, but people can't seem to agree on what this thing is. The object in question looks like a portal, with one person describing it as looking like a miniature black hole, even going as far as saying that whatever this thing was appeared to be pulsating. What's interesting about this object is that some even said that when you look into the hole you can't see the sky on the other side, pointing out that this isn't see-through. If the event wasn't strange enough, people then started to come forward and comment that they had a dream about this event. Dozens of people said they had a dream where they imagined a portal-like opening in the sky, saying that when they were looking inside of it in their dream they felt complete happiness come over them. One person even said that they shared the dream they had on their social media page several days before it happened. Another person said the following: "When this was happening, I was at the grocery store, and someone who was behind me said out loud, 'What is that?' and everyone turned around to have a look. It was one of those really strange moments where everyone just stood there in silence and looked at this thing in complete awe. No one said a word, but you could feel that everyone was thinking the same thing. I've never experienced anything like that before. It was really strange how this thing just suddenly appeared out of nowhere." As if the event wasn't strange enough, some people were saying that they could see objects flying out of the alleged portal. One woman described how she saw 2 orbs, and these were even picked up on the video. These orbs are often associated with strange phenomena, and sightings of these bright lights go back hundreds of years. The reason people say they're connected to other mysterious crafts is due to how they move, with eyewitnesses saying that they appear to be under intelligent control, as they're able to travel at high speeds, make quick maneuvers and even vanish within seconds. These orbs have also been captured on things like webcams, and it's led researchers to say that they're perhaps one of the most reported mysterious flying objects, and that they're known for being difficult to photograph, as they just appear as glowing smudges on cameras. These glowing orbs come in a variety of different colours, ranging from blue, red, orange, yellow, pink, silver, green and black, and most people who have seen them have said they appear to pulsate and fly at extremely fast speeds. Over the past several decades there's been numerous accounts of people who have reported seeing these portals, and one of the most common places that people allegedly see them is in the desert and close to mountains. This has led some to believe that perhaps there's hotspots scattered across the world, and within these hotspots mysterious electromagnetic phenomena can occur. Those who have been in the presence of these portals have said they've witnessed strange objects flying out of them, further noting that the objects that flew out of them can be in all shapes and sizes. In fact, on one occasion an owner of a ranch out in Utah said that he noticed a large object flying through an area in the sky, saying that the object was around 60 feet in diameter and giving off a bright blue colour, saying that the colour was so bright that it actually spooked some of the animals he had on his property. Although these objects are hard to capture, some have managed to take some interesting photographs of them, but those who had taken the images said that it was very hard to capture the object itself, noting that it was like there was some type of force field around the object, which stopped them from getting a detailed photograph. Another user said the following: "I didn't witness the portal firsthand, but I know someone who was driving past who saw this. They said that many of the cars that were passing by it were slowing down to get a better look, and that they could see people with their phones out taking videos. When my friends sent me their photos, I couldn't explain what it was they captured. To me, it doesn't look like a cloud or anything natural. I live in the area and I've never seen a cloud come that low to the highway before. I've never seen anything like it." Not everyone is impressed with these types of sightings though, and there's some who have commented that this was nothing more than a cloud or a smoke ring. Interestingly, these black smoke rings have been heavily documented, and researchers have said that 99% of the time they can be easily explained. One of the most recent ones to cause a stir online was captured above England by a schoolgirl, and those who carried out investigations noted that the ring was created by fireworks, while another that was seen above Florida in 2013 was created due to an electrical transformer that blew up. Another idea that was put forward was that it could have been created by someone as part of a prank, with some online users saying that similar smoke rings had been seen at things like festivals. Although various explanations have been put forward to explain what was seen that night, many people online don't believe that this object fits into any of those categories, and have said that as of right now the event remains a mystery. Deep within the Honey Island swamp of Louisiana, there have been a series of eyewitness reports that describe the presence of a massive lumbering ape-like humanoid that many local residents believe is responsible for a series of human and livestock disappearances. Referred to as the Honey Island Swamp Monster, this strange beast has been described as a hybrid between a lizard-like creature and a typical Sasquatch sighting. The Honey Island Swamp Monster is typically described by eyewitnesses as standing at a height of roughly 7.5 feet tall and weighing more than 500 pounds. The creature is reported as being covered in a thick coat of matted brown or grey hair that covers the creature from head to toe. In some isolated sightings, the fur of the creature was also wrapped in a large mound of pondweed. The eyes of the creature are often described as being yellow in colour and appearing almost reptilian in their design. One of the most noticeable traits of the creature also includes it emitting an odour, which has been referred to by eyewitnesses as reeking of the stench of death. The creature has also been reported under several different names such as the Honey Island Ape, the Honey Island Sasquatch, the Louisiana Wookie, and the Swamp Monster of Louisiana. The first reported sighting of the Honey Island Swamp Monster was reported by two individual eyewitnesses, by the name of Harlan Ford and Billy Mills. According to the two men, Harlan Ford had been flying above the region of the Honey Island Swamp in a private plane, when he claimed to have spotted what he believed to have been an abandoned cabin somewhere deep within the swamp marshlands. Curious as to what was in the cabin, Harlan Ford would call up his close friend Billy Mills with the plan to go on a small adventure and investigate the abandoned structure during their free time. Several days later, sometime during the summer of 1963, the two men would journey to the Honey Island Swamp and attempt to locate using the aviation charts from Harlan Ford where the abandoned structure was located. As they neared the clearing of the structure, however, they realized that the cabin appeared to have been a handmade structure from nearby trees and materials, as if someone had been illegally living within the region for several months. As they moved closer to the cabin, one of the men would spot something in the distance, getting the attention of their friend to also look in the general direction of what they had seen. Located near the edge of the opposite side of the clearing was a creature that the men described as being a 7.5 feet tall bipedal humanoid creature. The creature would stand almost entirely motionless for several moments, maintaining eye contact with the two men before suddenly quickly moving and escaping into the nearby underbrush. Fearing that they'd stumbled upon the home of the strange swamp monster creature, the two men quickly left the region and decided to never return to the bizarre structure. Harlan Ford would later provide a quote surrounding the incident, claiming that the creature was nothing like they'd seen before, ugly and sinister and looking like something out of a horror movie. Over 10 years would pass before the two men would decide to journey back to the honey swamp to get some closure on the incident. According to the report, it would be in 1974 that Harlan Ford and Billy Mills would return to the swamp for a small duck hunting trip. Although the two men had hoped for a normal hunting trip, they would soon realize that their return trip would be anything but normal. Shortly within journeying into the swampland, the two men would find several boars throughout the area. At first, the men thought that the wild boars had been taken out from nearby alligators in the water, but soon realized that the carcasses of the animals were way too far from nearby waterways to have been taken out by alligators. After a few more hours, the suspicions that the creature they'd once encountered roughly 11 years ago having been responsible for the passings of the wild boars would soon be confirmed. Near the bodies of the boars, the men would find several massive footprints that ended in 3 large webbed toes and were unlike the footprints of any known creature. In fear that the monster was close by, Harlan Ford and Billy Mills would quickly leave the swamp. Later that night, however, their curiosity would overpower them and they would return to the site to make several casts of the footprints, for possible study or reference at a later time. Interestingly enough, by the early 1990s, another man would claim to have seen a large swamp monster living within the Honey Island swamp, after decades of venturing into the area. According to the man, an older gentleman by the name of Ted Williams, he claims to have encountered the creature many separate times over the several decades that he'd spent journeying deep into the swamplands. To this day, Ted Williams claims that Honey Island Swamp has to house dozens of these creatures, as he believed that more than a handful of these creatures inhabited the swamp due to the many separate incidents. When asked for proof of his claim, Ted Williams would open up that on one of his hunting trips, he journeyed with the goal of finding one of the creatures and taking it out, to bring it back as evidence of the supernatural monster. However, when he journeyed deep within the swamp and spotted one of the creatures, he hesitated to go through with his original plan. He would later provide the statement that he had a very easy opportunity to have taken one of them out, but was unable because of how friendly and docile they seemed. He said the following: "I could have taken one of them, but I didn't because they didn't seem to want to harm me." One day, Ted Williams would take his boat out to Honey Island Swamp with a few dozen trout lines. According to his family, he was never seen again following the incident. To this day, the location and health of Ted Williams is unknown. So what do you make of this creature found deep within the Honey Island swamps of Louisiana? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.